Okay, happy hump day, everybody. Happy hump day. This is your girl, Christal Jordan with Rolling Out. Or if you are watching this on YouTube, you guys know this is From Crystal with Love XO. And we are talking about a very serious topic, which is why we're coming to you today on a Wednesday afternoon as opposed to a Tuesday afternoon. But you guys know that it is election season. There's so much going on with politics. And I think one of the issues with politics is a lot of us we hear all this information constantly thrown our way, but there's a lot we don't understand. There's also a lot we don't understand about local politics. And one of the things I've learned being a journalist over the last few years is that yes, our national politics are important. It's important for us to vote. But if you truly want to make change, it's important for you to be knowledgeable, educated, and to show up and vote in local politics as well. And so that's why I'm excited to welcome today's guest. If you're in Georgia, you know that it's hot here. It's election time. It's hot, and there's so much that people don't understand. Rolling Out does a good point of trying to make sure that we educate our listeners, we educate our viewers, and of course, I do the same thing with YouTube. So I'm going to bring Janice Laws Robinson on right now. And well, first of all, welcome, Janice.
Hi, Crystal, and you like everyone else calls me Janice, but it's Janice, and that's
Janice,
okay.
okay.
I am used to it, and it's the same spelling, so no worries. Um, Thank you, Crystal, for having me on, and I'm honored to be here to speak with you and our viewers to just share whatever I can to encourage and empower them and their voices to just get out and vote and make change happen here in our state.
Absolutely. Now we know, and I appreciate that because people, it's weird. My name is Crystal, which seems very average, but a lot of people will mispronounce it or misspell it. And I've learned it's important to say, nope, it's important to spell my name right or pronounce my name right. So, Janice, again, welcome. And thank you so much for taking time. I know this is election season, you're very busy.
Yeah.
So I thank you for taking time to kind of bring some light and educate our viewers exactly on, what's happening as far as Georgia. And I'm sure some of the information you're going to share will extend outside of that. So I want to remind you guys, if you're watching again, to go ahead and share this broadcast because this is very important. Janice is actually running for insurance tax commissioner, and I have no idea what that position does. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that. So first of all, before we even get into the particulars and what that means for you running for this title on the Democratic ticket, what exactly does an insurance tax commissioner do? What are you responsible for? Why is it important that we get out and vote for this seat?
Yeah, so it's insurance commissioner, and it's critical because, as you know, insurance impacts all of our everyday lives. There's
Mhm.
not one adult person listening to us this afternoon that does not pay some form of insurance.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so the insurance commissioner regulates the insurance industry here in Georgia.
Okay.
What that means is any insurance company, agent, broker, anyone that does insurance in our state, the insurance commissioner is accountable to regulate the rates. So the insurance commissioner is essentially the watchdog for the insurance industry to look out for us as consumers to make sure that we're not overpaying for insurance,
Mhm.
which we've seen our rates in Georgia skyrocket,
Mhm.
especially on the auto insurance rates, home
Mhm.
insurance rates. The insurance commissioner is also accountable for holding insurance companies feet to the fire. So when you have a claim and you have issues with the insurance companies not paying your claims or canceling your policy after a claim, those are all issues that you can bring to the insurance commissioner. And those are issues that I'm committed to with this campaign. And as the future insurance commissioner, is number one, to fight for affordable rates in Georgia,
Mhm.
access to quality, affordable healthcare, and holding insurance companies accountable. Those are, I call them my three A's:
Mhm.
accountability, access, and affordability. And
Yeah.
we all need that.
Absolutely. Wow. I had no idea, that was something. I've been involved in politics to an extent and had no idea that that was something that could be voted upon. So,
Yeah,
first of all, I
it's
want to
incredible,
welcome.
Crystal. because most people don't. And
Mm-hmm.
as you may know, I ran my first time I ran for this office was in 2018. I was the 2018 Democratic nominee,
Mm-hmm.
and I traveled the state educating voters that to go down ballot and vote. And we
Mm-hmm.
did extremely well. We gained nearly 2 million votes and came within 3 percentage points of winning. And this time around, I've been doing the same, traveling the state, letting people know this is on the ballot. Your insurance rates are on the ballot. And I care because this is my background.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Let's
in,
talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit more about that background because I want to know what because that insurance is something that is a very touchy subject, especially when we talk about health insurance, and auto insurance because those are
yeah,
something that we definitely need, but definitely health insurance because that's such a polarizing conversation, and we feel like I know for myself when I hear that the way healthcare is being handled, if you don't have insurance, a lot of times people are not able to get things that they need health wise, and it's kind of scary. So I want to talk about that. But first, I want to welcome the people that are watching. Hello, Love is Mimi. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tiffany, Sun One, Christine Bryant. Of course, if you guys are just tuning in, we are talking with Janice Laws Robinson, and she is running for insurance commissioner here in Georgia. And we definitely need to know a little bit more about that. If you guys, hopefully everyone watching is planning to vote. But it doesn't make any sense to vote and not have the information and truly understand what we're voting for and what we're voting on. So I'm thankful to Janice for joining us today. So with you running for this seat, how did you prepare for this? What is your background? Do you have background in insurance? I'm assuming that you do.
yes, ma'am. Well, it's a great assumption, and it's incredible that the current insurance commissioner, who by the way was appointed by the governor when the previous insurance commissioner went to prison.
Oh.
So that has no background in insurance at all, has no license. So I'm the only candidate in this race that actually has more than 2 decades of experience in insurance. I'm licensed in all lines of insurance, auto
Mm-hmm.
insurance, home, life, health, all of it. And I've worked with Georgia families just like you and our listeners as an agent, as a broker, as an agency owner. So I've been doing this for more than 2 decades. I know how to navigate the insurance industry. I know what we deal with in our communities, but also I've had a very diverse clientele across the state. And so that is my background, is in
Mm-hmm.
insurance. And I started preparing for this really, when I look back, I've been preparing for this for 2 decades. And over the last 5 years, I've been focused on it because we've seen our rates in Georgia skyrocket. And as an agent and an agency owner, my clients called me and
Mm-hmm.
they're like, Janice, what's going on with my rates?
Mm-hmm.
Why are my auto insurance rates going up every 6 months? I've not had a claim. I've not had a ticket. What is going on?
Yeah.
Why is my home insurance rates doubling? And I mean, we're talking about doubling and tripling. Like we're talking about 50% increases, 100%. So we're not talking about small increases here. And
Yeah.
so I realized, Christal, that there was only so much I can do as a broker or
Mm-hmm.
as an agency owner. I did everything I could. I would shop rates. I would fight the insurance companies. I would just challenge everything. But the real change happens at the state level.
Mm-hmm.
The change that we need is in the hands of the insurance commissioner. And so that's why I decided, you know what, be the change that I need to see,
Mm-hmm.
do what I know to do. And it was challenging. It's not an easy thing to put yourself out, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and put your life. I mean, I have a family, I have children, I have a husband, I have business, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's a lot to run, especially statewide.
Yeah.
Statewide, I mean, we've been on this campaign trail for over a year. These races are long, go through primary. I had a runoff. It's a lot, and so the
Mm-hmm.
preparation it's been intense, but it's been rewarding. It's been exciting to see so many people show up and support me and vote for me.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's needed. It's needed.
Yeah. What are some of
We
the I guess the biggest misconceptions with you having a background in insurance, and Christine mentioned life insurance is also something that people are very interested in, especially when you start to progress in life. Either you could be looking at
yeah.
your parents and trying to figure out what their situation looks like, or for yourself. What are some of the biggest misconceptions that you think people have when it comes to insurance coverage? And let's talk about those three components. So auto insurance, health insurance, and life insurance.
Yes, one thing I always tell my clients, insurance is something that you can't get when you need it.
Mm,
So you have to get it before you need it.
mm-hmm.
So you can't wait for life insurance when you need life insurance. You have to get it ahead of time.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that you don't want to pay for, but it's important that you have it. And so the misconception is, oh, I could just wait, and I could get insurance later in life, or I don't need it now, or it's not important. But it's very, very important. And
Mm-hmm.
so is this race. So the one of the biggest misconception I would say is just not understanding the importance of insurance across the board, whether it's life insurance, auto
Mm-hmm.
insurance, home insurance. With auto insurance, it's the law, so most people, you have to have it. And my job and my commitment is to make it affordable,
Mm-hmm.
because it is needed. It
Yeah.
needs to be affordable no matter what your income level, what your background is, whatever economic status, whatever neighborhood you live in, whatever your zip code, your credit score, the color of your skin. None of those issues should impact whether or not you have access to
Mm-hmm.
quality, affordable auto insurance, health insurance, life insurance, any type of insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So, to answer your question, one of the biggest misconceptions is not understanding the importance. Insurance is important, and we got to make it the forefront, and we got to make this race important. We've
Mm-hmm.
got to not just think the top of the ticket races are important and not go down ballot and
Mm-hmm.
vote for insurance commissioner, labor commissioner, agriculture commissioner,
Mm-hmm.
school superintendent, all of these races that impact our everyday lives.
Yeah.
But we know, like I said in the beginning, everyone on this call, everyone that's listening to us is paying some kind of insurance.
Oh, absolutely.
So we need to put it at the top of the list.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're calling your agents, calling the insurance companies, they're not going to do anything,
Mm-hmm.
because it's already done. If it passes the state level, it's already done.
It's already done. So I guess another question I have, and I see Tiffany asked, what is the biggest change you're aiming for if elected, and what would be your plan to achieve that? And in addition to that, I guess I'm interested in what are the differences when it comes to you as the Democratic candidate versus the Republican candidate? What are the differences in approach to insurance?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, in this particular race, one of the biggest differences, I'm the only candidate in this race that is licensed,
Mm-hmm.
experienced, understands the insurance industry, have worked with Georgia families, know what we're dealing with across the board with insurance. So that's a huge difference. But just in general, the approach is um, most Republicans, and especially my opponent, they take money from the insurance industry for their campaigns. They're funded by the insurance industry, and they do not hold insurance companies accountable. They do not challenge the rates. They are there for the big businesses. They want to make sure that Georgia, they like to brag that Georgia is the best place to do business, which is fine. I want us to be the best place to do business, but I also want us to be the best place to be insured and for people to have access to quality, affordable healthcare, to have access to quality, affordable insurance. And
Mm-hmm.
so that is the biggest thing is we are here. I am here for the people. I'm putting people first, not politics first. And so what we've seen is we've not had a Democratic insurance commissioner since 1994.
Mm-hmm.
And that is part of the reason why we've seen our rates skyrocket.
Okay.
And so they just rubber stamp these rate increases. When the insurance companies file for rate increases, we've seen just recently Allstate filed for 40% rate increase on auto insurance in a 12-month cycle.
How is that possible? Because a lot of times
Again,
it feels like it should almost be illegal for them to
it is
raise these
illegal.
rates.
It is illegal. It is illegal, and it should be illegal.
Mm-hmm.
And it is. And again, we do not have an insurance commissioner that's doing their job.
Mm.
So to answer the question is what I will do different is I will challenge every single rate increase. They will have to justify to me a 40% rate increase. And
Yeah.
if they cannot justify these rates, they will see me in court. I will stand up, I will fight to the very end. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't afford these 40% rate
No,
increases.
it's really inhumane, and especially when it comes all of these things, like you said, auto insurance, health insurance, and life insurance are necessities. They're not luxuries. But when you're talking about health insurance, it is
Yeah.
just heartbreaking to me when you hear people cannot afford. It doesn't matter who you are or what you're earning. As if you have a family and you're trying to take care of it, it's just heartbreaking to see how so many people have to sacrifice or just aren't able to get the
Mhm.
health care that they need because they don't have,
Yes.
coverage.
And the biggest change we need with healthcare is to expand Medicaid.
Hmm.
And as insurance commissioner, I will be working alongside Governor Abrams to make sure that we can fully expand Medicaid.
Hmm.
That is up to the governor and the legislator to expand Medicaid. But as insurance commissioner, I will play a key role because as insurance commissioner, I have to create the environment to support the Medicaid expansion, to make sure we have more insurance companies in the state, to make
Hmm.
sure that the marketplace is working well, and that we have all of the options we need. Because at the end of the day, Georgians will seek care. Like we will go to the doctors, we will go to hospitals, and we need to make sure that we can pay for it.
Right.
And we've seen how many hospitals are closing. That's because
Mhm.
the lack of Medicaid expansion and the lack of access to quality, affordable insurance. So it's critical
Mhm.
that we elect Governor Abrams and also elect me as your insurance commissioner,
Mm.
because she will need an insurance commissioner that understands the insurance industry and understands the importance of
Mhm.
expanding Medicaid and what that will look like to make the transition.
I was actually going to ask your opinion on that because I know Atlanta, especially, is uh, the Mayor Dickens is working really diligently to try to see if he can stop the closing of Wellstar. And that it doesn't look like that's going to be able to happen. I'm not sure. Um, but I guess what changes can we look to seeing in somewhat quickly, because I think a lot of times politicians speak and we hear that there's change coming, but what changes do you think can initially immediately be made if you are elected, in next month? If you're elected, what can you do as soon as you get in office to kind of change the way things are going and change the trajectory, especially when it comes to health insurance?
Yeah, so the biggest change that I can make immediately is to stop these rate increases,
Mm-hmm.
because they're so frequent, and we have some of the highest rate increases in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And so immediately you can look to see me challenging the rate increases right away,
Mm-hmm.
so that they're and also lobbying for changes, advocating for changes through the legislature. However, the insurance commissioner has a lot of powers. We can do um, many things by directive. So you can look to see me really just issuing directives to insurance companies to stop these rate increases.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
that's that
don't
is,
need I don't need the General Assembly for that. I
yeah.
will start right away, challenging, calling on y'all to come out and let's make some noise.
Mm-hmm.
Join me. in these challenges, because that's the number one um, thing that I can do right away is challenge the rate increases and start looking at expanding the number of health insurance companies on the marketplace, so we have more options, more access,
Mm-hmm.
lower rates. There's a lot that can be done right away inside of my 3 A's: the affordability, the access, and the accountability.
I love that.
So you'll know that you can call on the insurance commissioner if you're having. I have people calling me now every day with just issues they're having with filing claims or claims not being handled, and there's not an easy way on the insurance commissioner's website to just know what to do.
Yeah.
You can look to see changes to the website that's making it easy for you to just have a hotline to call in, to look very clearly how to file a
Mm-hmm.
claim with the
Mm-hmm.
file a complaint with the insurance commissioner, so we can get on these issues right away.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you stopping by. What changes, I guess, have you made to your campaign? Because I know you ran in 2018 and you're back again. We believe that you're going to be able to get in office this next month. But what have you done differently, or what are you trying to do differently this time around so that you're able to secure the seat?
Yes, we've done a lot differently, but mostly just our voter outreach has been expanded. As you can see,
Yeah.
we're here on your channel. We are talking to everyone. We have radio ads, we have YouTube, digital, email marketing. We just have a lot more resources. In 2018, I did a lot of traveling, which I still have done. I've
Mm-hmm.
traveled across the state, but I think we've been able to enhance our reach digitally,
Yeah.
and
That's
just.
where the people are. And I think, like I said, I have been in media and politics, have done a lot of conversations, and I didn't know this information. I did not know that there was an insurance commissioner that you could
Mhm.
vote in that could actually, take care of this. And these are issues that, to me, people, yes, some of the bigger issues that are more provocative that people get excited about, they're important, but this is something that people are dealing with every day. Every month your
Mhm.
insurance bill comes
Yes.
in, and every month you
Mhm.
are dealing with what that looks like, and if
Yes.
those rates increase, that affects your day, your bottom line as just a person living, a citizen living in this state. And so it's really important for us to know this information is key. A lot of times I think
Yes.
people just aren't
Mhm.
educated. So we
Yeah.
thank you so much, Janice, for stopping by and sharing with us. You all, I know this is, it's a lot of information, and it's definitely new to the channel. So what we're going to do, we're going to make sure that there's also an article that goes along with this. You guys can visit rollingout.com to find out more information, and we'll have some, how information on Janice's website, so you can actually get in contact and offer support as well. Because I think it's important for us to vote, but it's also important for us to share the information with
Yes.
others and get
Yes.
out and really mobilize our community, because I cannot think of a bigger need when it comes to the African American community, especially, than
Mhm.
having affordable health insurance. Like
Yeah.
that's primary.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
again, thank you so much, Janice. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for your fight and for being willing to continue to fight for Georgia.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I just encourage everyone to early vote. Early voting is happening now. So just remember, Janice Laws Robinson, I'm here to fight to keep the premiums in your pocket, not the big insurance companies. I've been doing this for more than 2 decades, and that's what I will continue to do as your next insurance commissioner. So thank you so much. My website is janiceforgeorgia.com.
I'm going to put that here in the comments, janiceforgeorgia.com.
And all social media is at Janice for Georgia, and it's spelled just like Janice. But it's Janice. I was born in Jamaica, and that's how we say it there. But it's the same spelling,
Gotcha.
and I
Okay.
don't get offended if you call me Janice. I just let you know it's Janice, but it's
That
all good.
explain no, that explains it. Okay, that explains it. Christine says good luck. Definitely. Thank you guys for watching. And like I said, make sure that you share this. And I put that janiceforgeorgia.com in the comments. And like I said, we'll have more over on rollingout.com later this week. We're definitely supporting you. We look forward to celebrating
Yeah.
in November when you win the seat.
Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate it. Enjoy the
Thank,
rest of your day.
thank you so much.
All right. Bye, everyone.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out for this conversation. As I said, this is a little different, us just doing a conversation like this midday, but it's so important, and I personally had no idea. And so I'm going to be a lot more mindful. I think when we're thinking about politics and we're thinking about our lives and how it affects us, things like insurance are the things that are daily a part of my thought process. And so it's important that we get people like us in office that are actually standing up for what we need, and making sure that they look out for us. And it's also important for us after we get them in office to hold them accountable. So I appreciate again, Janice, for stopping by. And you guys make sure that you do a little bit more research and support next month. All right. So I will be back. As you guys know, this is rolling out and from Crystal with Love XO. On Friday, I will be here with an interview with Samson from Ready to Love. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys later this week. Have a beautiful week and stay blessed. All right.